10 richest presidents in the world. If you ever wondered how rich are the world's wealthiest presidents, we've come up with a top 10 list based on available data from Wikipedia, Bloomberg, Huffington Post, and more. Some could say that presidents should have their own money so that they can focus only on their respective countries' businesses, but a lot of people probably think that a rich president might be in conflict of interests. With that said, here are the 10 richest presidents in the world. Welcome back to our channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. Number 10, Sebastian Pinera, Chile, $2.4 billion. Apart from the fact that he's ruling a marvelous country, Sebastian Pinera, the president of Chile, has a fortune worth $2.4 billion. Pinera began his second four-year term as president of Chile in March 2018. He previously served from 2010 until 2014. Pinera's popularity among Chilean citizens has waned amid growing unrest over inequality that sparked violent protests in 2019. He made a fortune from credit card company Bancard, which he founded in 1976. He divested many assets over the years. After the 2010 election, he uploaded his 26% stake in Chilean airline LAN for $1.5 billion. He also sold TV channel Chilevision to Time Warner for a reported $150 million and sold a share of the famous soccer team Blanco and Negro. Number 9, Mohammed VI, Morocco, $2.5 billion. Mohammed VI is the perfect illustration of the saying, rich as a king. Owning $2.5 billion, the King of Morocco inherited his position as a leader in 1999 when his father died. Unfortunately, his people are not happy at his bank account manager since there has been a lot of problems in his country, such as corruption, riots, and a lot of broken promises. Yet, even if he won't be king in the future, he will still be one of the wealthiest people from Africa since he is a major shareholder of the ONA Group, which operates in different areas such as mining and retail. Forbes reports his palace's daily operating budget to be $960,000, which is paid by the Moroccan state as part of a 2.576 billion dirhams a year budget as of 2014, with much of it accounted for by the expense of personnel, clothes, and car repairs. Number 8, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar, $2.5 billion. How could you say that Qatar is one of the richest countries in the world if its president would not be as an example? With a fortune of $2.5 billion, the Emirate Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani has been ruling Qatar since 2013, when his father handed over power to him. Yet his family's history as leaders goes way far back in time. His father was a banker at the Al Jazeera News Network when his grandfather lived, and even tried to invest in major football clubs like Rangers FC and Manchester United. He has been instrumental in helping Qatar be awarded the 2022 FIFA World Cup and the 2014 Finnish Swimming World Championships. He is the National Olympic Committee chairman as well as a member of the International Olympic Committee. He heads the Qatar Investment Authority Board of Investors, which owns stakes in Harrods, Barclays Bank, and Sainsbury's. Number 7, Hans Adam II, Liechtenstein, $4 billion. The name of the Prince of Liechtenstein is almost as long as his income list. Johannes Hans Adam Ferdinand Alois Joseph Maria Marco de Aviano Pius von und zu Liechtenstein. As a Prince of Liechtenstein, Hans Adam II has broad powers just as his family has the unique privilege of having a country named after it. It's not surprising that the almost 900-year-old family has more wealth than any other royal clan in Europe. It's all thanks to the vast possessions that include a private bank, extensive investments and land holdings. Prince Hans Adam II, who also bears the titles Duke of Troyes and Jägerdorf, and Count Rietberg, has 3 siblings, and their children hold 100% of LGT Bank, worth almost $2.6 billion. The family fortune is estimated at around $7.6 billion, whereas Hans Adam II's personal fortune now amounts to $4 billion. These numbers place him among the world's richest heads of state and make him Europe's wealthiest monarch. That aside, Hans also owns one of the biggest art collections, much of which is available for the public as it's displayed at the Liechtenstein Museum in Vienna. Number 6. Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai, $4 billion. According to Forbes, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum had an estimated net worth of $8 billion as of 2008. He's the Prime Minister and Vice President of the United Arab Emirates and the constitutional monarch of Dubai. He is seated into position when he succeeded his elder brother Maktoum bin Rashid Al Maktoum in January 2006. Born on July 22, 1949 in Dubai, Trucial states he is the third of Rashid bin Zayed Al Maktoum's 4 sons. He was privately tutored in Arabic and Islamic studies from the age of 4. He began his formal education in 1955 at Al-Ahmadiyya School. He moved to Al-Shab School at the age of 10. 2 years later, he went to Dubai Secondary School. He attended the Bell Educational Trust's English language school in the United Kingdom in 1966. Also known as Sheikh Mohammed, he is a majority shareholder of Dubai Holding, a conglomerate of stakes in HSBC Holdings and Sony, as well as real estate holdings such as New York's Essex House Hotel. He is a formidable figure in horse racing and he owns a 3,800-acre farm in Kentucky. He has also bought Australia's Ingham Stud Farm for a reported $460 million. Number 5. Kim Jong-un, North Korea, $5 billion. Kim Jong-un is the supreme leader of North Korea, who has a net worth of $5 billion. Although less is known about Kim Jong-un compared to other political leaders around the world, he has nonetheless received considerable attention from the media. Kim Jong-un holds many titles in North Korea, including Marshal and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, Chairman of the State of Affairs Commission, and overall Commander-in-Chief. In North Korean media, he is often referred to as Dear Leader. In March 2013, a joint South Korean and American investigation found as much as $5 billion worth of assets and bank accounts controlled by Kim Jong-un and his family. These assets were found in more than 200 foreign bank accounts located throughout the world in countries including Austria, Liechtenstein, Russia, Singapore, China, Switzerland, and Luxembourg. Many of these accounts are located in China and reportedly contain hundreds of millions of dollars in cash. Number 5. Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE, $15 billion. If the Vice President of the United Arab Emirates is that rich, then the President of this country is even richer. Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan has an impressive fortune of $15 billion. He started to rule the UAE when his father died, and he became the Emir of Abu Dhabi on the 3rd of November 2004, yet he was acting like a president since 1994. He owns the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, and his entire family's fortune is around $150 billion. As the hereditary ruler of Abu Dhabi, the wealthiest emirate in the UAE, Al Nahyan is among the world's wealthiest monarchs. In addition to controlling 97.8 billion barrels of reserves, he runs one of the largest sovereign wealth funds, with reported assets of $830 billion. Number 3. Hassanal Bolkiah, Brunei, $20 billion. Brunei's royal dynasty, the House of Bolkiah, was formed in 1363 and has ruled the Southeast Asian country on and off ever since. It is headed by Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, who has been in power for the past 54 years. The family has become obscenely wealthy off the back of Brunei's vast reserves of oil. The Sultan was said to be worth $20 billion in 2019, according to Forbes. However, his net worth could be closer to $28 billion, according to Asia Tattler. Famously extravagant, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah lives in the Istana Nurul Aman Palace, which holds the Guinness World Records for the world's largest residential palace with a total area of 2.2 million square feet. It cost a jaw-dropping $1.4 billion to build back in 1984. The head of the Bolkiah family is also rumored to own 7,000 supercars, including 600 Rolls-Royces and 300 Ferraris, as well as several private jets. Number 2. Maha Vajiralongkorn, Thailand, $30 billion. The Chakri dynasty has been in Thailand's ruling royal house since 1782 and continues to be treated with the utmost reverence in the country. The current King Maha Vajralongkorn, accepted the throne in 2016 among the death of his father, King Bhumibol Adulyadej, based in Bangkok. A total of 22 individuals make up the Thai royal family, including unofficial members and former spouses. But the core family numbers are just 10. The exact wealth of the royal family cannot be publicly declared as it's protected by a lèse-majesté, which translates as to do wrong to majesty law, a strict anti-defamation policy that has seen people arrested and often jailed for seemingly harmless acts such as posting mocking images of the king's favorite dog on Facebook. Analysts estimate the royal family's net worth at between $30 and $60 billion, all of which was signed over to the king himself in 2018 after having been managed by the country's Crown Property Bureau for the previous 80 years. King Maha Vajralongkorn is believed to be the richest individual royal in the world. His assets, which can be spent at the king's pleasure, include enormous tracts of valuable real estate in central Bangkok, large stakes in several key Thai companies, and shares in luxury hotel group Kempinski. The portfolio reportedly generates around $3 billion in revenue each year. Number 1. Vladimir Putin, Russia, $70 billion. The current president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, is the world's richest president, having an estimated fortune of over $70 billion. In 2007, at the time of the legislative election, he declared a tiny fortune of only $150,000. Yet at the moment, he's also owned 11 luxury yachts. This gave birth to some unconfirmed claims that he has a fortune of almost $70 billion, consisting in stakes of some big Russian companies like the oil company, Surgutneftegaz, and the natural gas monopoly Gazprom. During his career, which includes stints serving as both president and prime minister of Russia, he has earned a very controversial international reputation. He is currently serving his second term as president of Russia, which began in 2012. So, if